Leonard, many people look at the world and they see evidence of something beyond the physical. People put different names on it, God or whatever, but people sense that. Even many scientists do. Uh, you've called the remarkable coincidences that we see, that we need to live, you call it an illusion of intelligent design. Why?
Why? It looks to me like the way the world has been put together by various physical principles, that it's a rather accidental world, and our own existence in it looks rather accidental to my scientific eye. I don't see any either reason or possibility or evidence that any supernatural agent injects his thumb into our universe every night. I don't know, it's his or her or its thumb into our universe and manipulates things and changes things. Science seems to work. I think I could stand in front of an accelerator for as long as I like and pray as hard as I can that the electrons go up instead of down. They will go the way the electrons go no matter how hard I pray. But what I would say, I don't very much enjoy the ideological battles about religion. I'm a person who is mostly driven by curiosity. Curiosity about why the world is the way it is. There are two things which make me curious when I start hearing about religion. The first is, well, maybe God did make the universe, or maybe some intelligent did make the universe, but then my curiosity gets the better of me. I can't control it. And I start thinking, yeah, but what made God? Or what is God made out of? Is it made out of atoms? Is he made out of molecules? How many dimensions does God move around in? Does God satisfy the laws of quantum mechanics? What agency allows God to poke his thing into the laws of nature? And by the time I'm finished, I come to the conclusion that the number of questions, the number of curiosity demanding questions that the hypothesis of God raises is more than the number of questions that it answers. And so as a scientist, I say, okay, I don't need that hypothesis, or at least it doesn't help very much. The other element of curiosity that I am always is provoked within me by religion is an entirely different question. Not how the universe formed and so forth, but why it is that human beings have such a strong need for the irrational, a strong need for faith-based irrational beliefs. I believe that's a scientific question. I believe it's a question that's rooted in our neural networks. I believe it's a question that's rooted in Darwinian evolution, and I am fascinated by it and extremely curious about it. We could talk about why, but that is my own.
Okay, well,
those are the things that would hit me when I think about religion.
you've looked at the so-called fine-tuning of the universe and have shown that between the possibilities of string theory, the enormous number, and the capacity of inflation creating multiple universes, perhaps an infinite number, between the two, you can populate enough worlds with enough different possibilities that this apparent uniquenesses of our world are not so special, requiring intelligent design. However, where we then end is the same curiosity to how you developed the string theories and the multiple universes. You have a very elegant system for doing it, but how did that all come about?
Who knows? I don't reject the possibility that there may have been an intelligence that in some way or another was involved in the creation of the universe. I don't reject it, not at all. I simply ask, if it's true, how do you describe it? What are the rules? How did it get there? It just provokes more curiosity. It provokes more curiosity, and until I can answer or at least attempt to give a hypothesis about that, I lose interest. I simply lose interest in the question. I lose interest in questions which seem so far beyond me that I am quite certain that I can't answer. And this appears to me to be one of them. On the other hand, the question of why we tend to believe in religion seems to me to be within the bounds of things that can be answered.
Sure, and I think that is a different kind of question.
Very different.
Asks about human beings and all of that. But if we look at the most basic laws of string theory, assuming that's the most, or whatever, I'm using that as a surrogate for whatever is the most fundamental law,
Right.
and the way we generate universes, multiple or whatever, those are very mathematical. There are rich ideas. Maybe they're simpler
Yes.
than we think now, but it's going to work somehow. And how do you take that back further? Is there a point? Is there a point that we must stop, whether it's a limitation of our minds or just a point that beyond which we cannot go?
I don't know. But you know, this question has been phrased in various ways, and it's always phrased as a question. Why is there something rather than nothing? I don't know who first asked it that way. Stephen Hawking, who or what breathed fire into the equations and made a world for them to describe, or something like that? It's always a question. And I don't have an opinion. I just feel that this is so far beyond me that it would be silly to have an opinion at this point.
Well, that is
as
an opinion.
a scientist.
That is an opinion.
Yeah, that's an opinion.
That is an opinion.
You know, people ask me, am I a atheist? No. Am I a religious believer? No. Oh, that must make me an agnostic. No, I'm not even that. I just feel totally at sea, totally at a loss for what to make out of the existence of the universe.
But that's of itself a strong opinion, because there are clearly people to all three of those answers who would give a strong affirmative. Yes, I am an atheist, and here's why. Or yes, I believe there's an intelligence. Or I'm a confirmed aggressive agnostic, and here's why. And by putting yourself in a fourth category, you are declaring a position.
Right. On the other hand, if you were to ask me, can I pray my way out of cancer? I'd be pretty darn sure to tell you, no, the world doesn't work that way.
Fine.
Can you pray your way out of the laws of gravity if you find yourself falling out a window? No.